Hi everyone! Buying a business is a complex process, so here's the step-by-step guide. Make sure you like and save so you can find it later. Step 1 is to, of course, know your goals and budget. Determine why you want to buy a business. Is that the income, the passion, the investment, your dream to be a boss, or is that because you're familiar with this industry? Because that's important. And then make sure you assess your skills and interest to choose the right industry. Set up a budget considering personal funds, loans, and other financing opportunities. So step 2 is to search for it. It's to find such business. You can look for businesses online like BizBuySell or LoopNet, or you can work with brokers that you already know, focusing on opportunities in the industry and the location that match with your goal. So narrow down those options by analyzing the initial financials and the business models. Make sure it's viable. And step 3 is to conduct the preliminary research. Usually when you request more information, the brokers will need to have you sign the NDA, non-disclosure agreement, before they can send over the CIM, confidential information memo. Check if the business has a competitive advantage and growth potential, and decide if it's worth pursuing further or not. Step 4 is that before you sign anything, make sure you perform your due diligence or prelim due diligence. Financial-wise, you want to review the tax return, profit and loss statement, and debts. And by the way, some sellers don't release tax return unless you have a deal with the seller. Means that you two agree on the price. And legal side, you want to check for lawsuit, any licenses and ownership documents. Operation side, you want to evaluate employees, suppliers, and daily processes. Market size, you want to assess the competitors and the industry trends. Make sure it's comprehensive due diligence. Also, while you are doing that, actually, what I recommend to start early is to secure financing, because that really takes time unless you're a cash buyer, and that would be faster. But if you're not a cash buyer, you're not institutional buyer, then you're individual buyer. So a lot of individual buyer will apply for loans such as commercial loans, SBA loans. That could easily take maybe 45 days to 90 days. Make sure you start early or sometimes concurrently with due diligence process, so then the process won't be so long. Usually commercial cycles are longer, so it's not as fast as you thought. So also negotiate the deal and make sure you work with professionals such as brokers, lawyers, and the accountant or CPAs to negotiate the terms. And once you have agreed purchase price, payment terms, and the transition support, then you can document that into a purchase agreement. So brokers usually have a template for that. We can start with that template. If there's any revisions you want to do, you can work with the attorneys to add in those revisions, and we can have a final purchase agreement signed. So step 7, if all those steps pass, step 7 is to close the deal. Hallelujah and cheers. Sign the final agreement and transfer the ownership, right? The licenses, permits, and make sure that to finance all the financing and ensure all assets are transferred. And step 8 is the transition and manage. Is that it's important to work with the seller for a smooth transition. Paid consulting agreement, make sure it is signed during the process and then not after, right? So communicate those changes with employees, customers, and the suppliers. Familiarize yourself with business operations and before making any changes. Before closing, make sure that escrow does what it should be, like bulk sale notice, publication, lien search, and all of that. We can have another separate video regarding that topic. So, but that's it for today. If you think this is helpful, please like, share, and save this. And I'll see you next time. This is Tina, business and a commercial broker in California. Thank you. Bye.